Hello everyone. In the previous session we had seen the importance of education and education technology, or more precisely if I say, we had seen reflection of education. We had seen the problems that education right now possessing, and we had also seen that how we can somehow resolve that problem. In this session we will understand what is the importance of ICT. A part of education technology is okay. So it starts with something called as content. Okay, every instructor is having a concept, or you can say basically a kind of thought that he want to present to his learner, but how exactly he can present that thought or any kind of you can say concept with the help of somehow we can say a content, a good content, right? So content is an important, or you can say a very vital part of any education system. And generally if we talk about engineering and medical departments, or that arena is having gatherings of pages of, a gathering of books actually that they have to refer. So those like thousands of pages they have to refer. So what instructor do in real time, they take the notes from those large concepts, the giant concepts, and make a short notes, and specifically we call them contents, right? So those thousands page gets converted into somehow 100 to 200 pages of notes. Now these notes, or specifically if I say content, we have to present to our learners so that they can understand a concept in a good or fruitful manner. But the thing is, the content is not actually everything. Okay, the thing is to deliver that content in an efficient manner. Okay, and that is the problem that we are not capable of. So the problem is we have a better resource of good content. However, we are not capable to provide that content in a feasible manner. So the problem isn't delivering, not getting the content. Okay, we have enough resources from books, from internet, from the experienced people. We have everything, but the thing is in our delivery. Okay. Next is, let's understand what are the problem actually. I haven't described every, but let's take 2 or 3 examples. So we have white or black boards to explain our concept. But the thing is, while explaining concept to our learners, it might happen that some students or some learners are very quite or uh, good enough to grasp that concept, and they will grasp. But some of them are, they have a I mean a very you can say a diverse speculation of understanding, and they will not understand the concept while you are creating or explaining the concept in the blackboard or over the blackboard or the whiteboard. They have different views on the concept. So you can see there are 4 students over here, and every student is having some other aspect of the concept. So if the instructor is explaining Pythagoras theorem, then he can relate that Pythagoras theorem to somewhere else. She relates to somewhere else. She relates to somewhere else, and he relates that concept to somewhere else. Or maybe he is not grasping anything from that concept, so he's blank right now. So this is the thing actually. Okay, this is just one example that different students have different perspective on your concept. So you need to make an uniformity where your learners can understand the concept in a very reliable manner, or you can say a uniformity in the classroom of that particular concept can be maintained. Next thing is, even though we have a better equipments such as PowerPoints, videos, animations, and various other, but the problem is in delivering that thing. We generally have all these things over the internet, but thing is in the delivering. Now, you generally use blackboard and whiteboards, and more precisely, if I say right now, the trend part is right now is on PowerPoints. Uh, as PowerPoints can be easily, it can be it can be found over the internet. It can be found over the internet, and you can easily use it, right? So PowerPoints are generally full of creepy text. Actually, you are not using enhanced PowerPoints, but you are just using the text from the, or you can say you're just copying and pasting that text from the book or from the PDFs to your presentation, so that you can deliver the content to your learners in a very fast way. But the thing is that text, uh, you cannot fed those text into the learner's mind, because learner's mind are something like they need something in visualization, or some other techniques they need, but what you are giving is just full of text. So it is still better than whiteboards, but students cannot understand the text from the PPTs. Okay, rather than I mean, it is comparability is it is quite good enough than that of whiteboards, because students can understand the text from PPTs rather than the abbreviations from the whiteboard, right? On the whiteboard or the blackboard, you are not writing the complete sentence. You are writing half of them, or you can say just the abbreviations. So students cannot grasp that complete thing from the whiteboard, but comparably they can grasp something from the PPTs. So if we compare PPTs and whiteboards or the blackboards, PPTs are somehow better than that of the whiteboards or the blackboards. I'm saying somehow, not completely. Okay, so this is the problem. Now the last problem is, somehow, let's say the videos and animations are there for the delivering of this content. Videos and animations are somehow difficult to generate, right? It takes time, the thing is, and generally we don't have that much of time, because we have other academic works, or you can say administrative work. We cannot find this, like I mean we cannot build it like in a minute of seconds. We cannot do that, right? So it takes time, and somehow it is hard to find each and every concept. uh, like you cannot find videos and animations for each and every content or the concept which are there in their syllabus. You cannot find over the internet, right? It's hard. So ultimately you have to build it, or you have to generate it, and that's how and that will take some time. So you can say you are in somehow deadlock. You cannot do that, and you cannot find it. So these are some of the problems that generally instructor or the learners are found. So these are the some better resources where you can go through and can check it out, how to create better presentation, and how what to put on the PPTs and what not to be. Okay, so these are some of the good and resourceful uh, uh, links where you can see the better presentation. Okay, next is the era of ICTs. Okay, ICT is information and communication technology, right? It is all about information and communication. The name itself, it says the information and communication, which is somehow the word of digital world. Well, it is a trending tag for education technology, or if I say online education. So ICT is a technology which refers to the interconnection between different components of computing, which can be a printer, it can be a keyboard, can be wireless mouse, can be DVD writers and scanners and other equipments that you want to connect with the technology. It can be computing, it can be non-computing, to interact with the digital world. This is the ICT, and it is not only refers with education. Okay, it can be in various other departments such as, but it should be the digital one. So it can be used for media management, can be used for processing, storage and transmission, network storage arenas, and various other places it can be used. But for the sake of our domain, we are using this for the education technology. So you can see ICT, this is the image that I have taken from remisor ac.in, and you can see the source over here. You can go through there and you can see ICT is broad and very giant. You can use these many things. So here in the center part, this is ICT, and these are the root tags: transmitting, storing, creating, collaborating, processing, displaying and retrieving. Every entity is having different technologies or different criteria to see. So if we go for processing, then you can have CPUs, and then ERP, MIS, you can have spreadsheets, you can have data analytics. So if you have transmitting, you can use your delivering with the help of WAN, Wi-Fi, LAN. Inside that, you also can use Bluetooth, or you can also use standards, network standards, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. Then you have retrieving methods, you can have data mining, bookmarking, and so many other things. So this is the center of ICT, and you can see the various types of technology that ICT is using. Um, Next is basically we can go through that how many types of ICT tools available, and we can see by, let's say, if I have, let's list that out. So if I have, let's list that out first of all. So we can go first of all on the part of I have Google Apps. This is the best part that Google is providing. So Google Apps, and specifically if I write Google Apps for education, okay, then you can find many things. Let's find this out over the internet, that what exactly is Google Apps. So if you have Google Apps for, okay, here for education, and let's see what types of thing we have. So I have this Google for education, and you can use many types of application from Google to deliver your content, or you can say the methods. So you can say you can use G Suite, which is known as basically the Google Drive. You can also use Google Classroom for assignments or homework you want to give. Then you have digital tools and many other things. So this is your Google for education. You can use this platform to instruct, guide your learners in a reliable manner. This is the first one. The second one is, generally right now the teachers are using something called as Twitter. It's specifically for generating or you can say delivering better thoughts just for the students, not for others. Okay, if you are having a social network of your class in Twitter, then you can give better thoughts, good quality standards to your students. From there, students can learn, because generally Twitter is everybody's using it, so they are definitely follow you and will follow your path, that what you are following. So students will also follow the same thing that you are following. So basically it is used for delivering standards, good standards. Then we have very trending options. You have YouTube, which is the best, you can say, a medium to give or deliver the content. You can create high quality or high-ended videos and then just share with your students. They can pause the video, and then they can again revisit that particular thing. They can again pause, revisit the video. They have the option, okay. So whatever the content you are delivering in your classroom, the same content you can upload it over the YouTube, so that students can go through your video. They have the option for to pause and then restart again, pause and start again. So this kind of mechanism can be useful for learning or delivering effectful content. Next we have something called as let's say if I have MOOC course. Now MOOC is massive online courses. Okay, this is also a very good option, massive online courses, and I hope that everyone is using it, because there are so many available right now. We have EDX, then we have Udemy, we have Udacity, we have Microsoft Virtual Academy, and there are actually many more. Okay, so these are the massive online courses which can be used for guiding your students. You can use high quality videos or PPTs or anything that you want to share with your students, and then according to those content, you can provide the quizzes, feedback surveys, wikis, and many other things. You have so many options in the MOOC, so you can use this course. And we specifically in our next video will see how to create a MOOC course on Nomio. Okay, we'll see how to create this nomio.com. In this we will use how to create our MOOC course for education technology. We'll see how to I'll describe you the guide, you can say. I'll give you a pathway how to create MOOC courses on nomio.com. Okay, so these are my four ICT tools. I mean, there are so many actually, but I mean I cannot go through all. There are so many actually. I can list it out, like Edmodo is there, Edmodo, and you can also go for Dropbox, which is also a kind of good one. It's similar to that of Google Drive. We also have Remind, which will it's basically teacher's app. It's a teacher application. You also have a very good option that is known as WordPress. WordPress is also a very good one. So these are some of the best options that you can have and you can use for delivering your content to your class. Thank you so much for listening me.